Scientists may have already found the reason we have never seen alien civilizations. And the truth is not exciting. It is disturbing. It suggests something is happening to intelligent life. Something that stops it, something that prevents civilizations from surviving long enough to be seen, or worse, they are out there right now, watching, silent. This video will break down the real scientific explanation behind this mystery. You will learn why the universe should be full of life, why it looks completely empty, and the chilling theory that explains this silence. By the end, you will understand why this is not just about aliens, it is about our future. The universe is unimaginably vast, not just large, vast beyond normal understanding. There are more than 2 trillion galaxies spread across the observable universe. Each galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. Around many of those stars, planets are forming. In recent years, scientists have confirmed something important. Planets are not rare, they are everywhere. Many of these planets exist in what scientists call the habitable zone. This is the region around a star where conditions could allow liquid water to exist. Water is the key ingredient for life as it is known today. This means there are potentially billions of Earth-like worlds, not just similar in size, but possibly similar in conditions. Now, here is something even more surprising. Life on Earth began very early. The Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago, and within a few hundred million years, simple life already existed. That is fast on a cosmic scale. This suggests that when the conditions are right, life does not take forever to begin. It starts quickly. Over time, life on Earth became more complex. Single cells evolved into complex organisms. Eventually, intelligence emerged. Humans developed language, tools, science, and technology. And in just a few thousand years, a tiny fraction of cosmic time, human civilization transformed the planet. From simple tools to satellites, from fire to nuclear energy. This rapid progress leads to a powerful conclusion. If life begins easily and intelligence can evolve, then advanced civilizations should not be rare. They should be everywhere. Even if only a tiny fraction of planets develop intelligent life, the numbers are still enormous. There should be millions or even billions of civilizations across the universe. Some of them should be far older than humanity. Millions of years older? Now think about what that means. A civilization with even a small technological advantage over humanity today could achieve incredible things. Interstellar travel, massive energy systems, and signals powerful enough to be detected across galaxies. Given enough time, such civilizations could spread. They could explore, expand, and leave clear signs of their existence. But when scientists look into space, they see nothing. No confirmed signals, no alien spacecraft, no evidence of vast structures built by advanced beings. Just silence. Deep, unbroken, total silence. This is one of the greatest mysteries in modern science, and it has a name. It is called the Fermi paradox. The paradox is simple but powerful. If the universe should be full of life, then where is everyone? This question was first raised by physicist Enrico Fermi during a casual conversation. He asked a simple question that still echoes today. Where are they? Decades have passed since that moment. Technology has improved. Telescopes have become more powerful. Search programs have scanned the skies for signals, yet the answer remains the same: nothing. No confirmed evidence of intelligent alien life has ever been found. This silence is not just strange, it is deeply unsettling, because it suggests that something is missing from our understanding. Or worse, something is happening to these civilizations. This is where physicist Brian Greene introduces a chilling possibility. The universe may not be empty. Instead, civilizations may be disappearing. Before they become visible, before they spread, before they make contact, something could be stopping them, a barrier, a limit, a hidden obstacle that most intelligent life never gets past. This idea changes everything. It means the silence of the universe is not random, it is not a coincidence. It is a pattern that suggests advanced civilizations tend to fail, not slowly, but completely. They rise, they evolve, they reach a certain level of technology, and then something goes wrong, they vanish. No signals, no traces, no legacy. This possibility forces a new question. It is no longer just about finding aliens. It is about understanding what happens to them, and more importantly, whether the same fate is waiting for us because humanity is no longer a primitive species. We are developing powerful technologies, artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, nuclear weapons. We are entering a stage that no species on Earth has ever reached before, a stage where intelligence has the power to shape the planet or destroy it. If other civilizations reached this stage too and then disappeared, that would explain everything. The silence, the emptiness, the absence of contact. This is why this mystery matters. It is not just about life in the universe. It is about survival. It is about whether intelligence is a long-lasting advantage or a short-lived phase. In this video, you will uncover the disturbing theory that may explain the silence of the cosmos. You will see why the universe looks empty and why that emptiness could be a warning. And by the end, you may start to see our own future in a very different way. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe now because the next part of the story only gets more unsettling. The numbers alone are enough to change how you see reality. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies in the observable universe. Each galaxy holds hundreds of billions of stars. That means there are more stars than grains of sand on Earth. And around many of those stars, there are planets, not a few. Not rare, planets are everywhere. In the last few decades, scientists discovered something surprising. Most stars are not alone. They have planetary systems. Some of these planets sit at just the right distance from their star, not too hot, not too cold. This region is known as the habitable zone, where liquid water can exist. Where life as it is known has a chance to begin. There are billions of these Earth-like worlds. Billions? Now, here is something that most people do not realize. Life on Earth started very early. The planet formed about 4.5 billion years ago. And within a relatively short time, simple life appeared. That is a key detail. It means life did not take forever to begin. It started as soon as the conditions allowed it. This suggests something powerful. Life may not be a rare accident. It may be a natural outcome. Give a planet the right conditions and life begins. Then comes evolution. Slow, random, but persistent. On Earth, life remains simple for billions of years, tiny organisms, invisible worlds, but eventually something changed. Complex cells form, then multicellular life, then intelligence. And once intelligence appeared, everything accelerated. Humans went from simple tools to advanced technology in a very short time. A few thousand years, that is nothing on a cosmic scale. Now think about this. If even a small fraction of those billions of planets developed intelligent life, there should be countless civilizations out there. Some would be far older than humanity, not by hundreds of years, but by millions. A civilization that is even 1,000 years ahead of humanity would look almost unrecognizable. A million years ahead would be beyond comprehension. They could harness the full energy of their star. They could build structures on a massive scale. They could travel between stars. Even at slow speeds, a civilization could spread across the galaxy over millions of years. And millions of years is a very short time compared to the age of the universe. This leads to a striking conclusion. If intelligent life emerges and survives, it does not stay isolated. It expands, it leaves traces, it changes its surroundings in ways that should be visible. So by now, the universe should not look empty. It should be filled with signs of activity, signals crossing space, massive engineering projects, evidence of civilizations that came before. But when scientists look out into the cosmos, they do not see a crowded universe. But when scientists look out into the cosmos, they see something else entirely. And yet, when scientists search the sky, they find nothing, no confirmed signals, no alien messages hidden in radio waves, no patterns that clearly come from intelligent minds. For decades, powerful instruments have been scanning the cosmos, listening across vast distances, searching for even the smallest sign of artificial communication. Projects like SETI Institute have monitored millions of stars. They analyze enormous amounts of data, looking for signals that stand out from natural noise. So far, nothing has been confirmed. There have been strange signals, moments of excitement, brief hints that something unusual was detected. One of the most famous was the wow signal, a powerful burst of radio energy that lasted 72 seconds. It matched what scientists expected from an artificial source. It came from deep space, but it never appeared again. No repeat, no explanation. Just silence after that moment. Scientists have also searched for massive alien structures. Advanced civilizations, millions of years ahead, might build enormous systems, structures that capture the energy of entire stars. These are often called Dyson spheres. Such structures would leave clear signs. They would change the light coming from their star. They would be visible across great distances, but no confirmed evidence has ever been found. Even within our own galaxy, there are no clear signs of visitors, no probes, no machines, no artifacts drifting through space. This is another surprising detail. If even one civilization had explored the galaxy millions of years ago, traces could still be here. Old probes, silent machines, ancient technology orbiting stars. But there is nothing. The solar system appears untouched. This silence is not limited to one method of search. It is consistent across everything: radio signals, optical signals, infrared observations, searches for unusual energy patterns. Every approach leads to the same result: nothing. This creates a deep and unsettling tension. The math suggests the universe should be full of life, but observation shows an empty sky. This is not a small mismatch. This is not a small mismatch. It is a complete contradiction. And the longer scientists search without success, the more serious this mystery becomes, because it suggests that something is not working the way it should. Either intelligent life is far more rare than expected, or something is preventing it from becoming visible. The silence starts to feel less like an accident and more like a pattern where civilizations do not reach the stage where they can be detected, or they reach it and then disappear. The ID and then disappear. The idea becomes even more disturbing when one detail is considered. The universe is very old. There has been plenty of time for civilizations to rise, expand, and leave lasting marks. Even a single successful civilization could have filled the galaxy long ago. But that did not happen, which means something is stopping them, something powerful enough to erase entire civilizations or prevent them from ever spreading. And if this pattern is real, then it is not just affecting distant worlds. It could be a universal rule, a hidden barrier that every intelligent species eventually faces, a barrier that explains the silence. And once this possibility is taken seriously, the question changes. It is no longer just about searching for life. It becomes a search for the reason why that life never lasts. To explain this silence, scientists proposed a disturbing idea. It is called the Great Filter. The concept is simple. Somewhere along the path from lifeless matter to advanced civilization, there is a barrier stage that is extremely difficult to pass, so difficult that almost every civilization fails there. This filter could exist at many different points in the story of life. It could be at the very beginning, the moment when chemistry turns into biology, when simple molecules organize into something alive. Even though life appeared early on Earth, scientists still do not fully understand how it started. The process may be far more fragile than it seems. If that step is rare, then most planets remain lifeless forever. But there is another possibility. Life might begin easily, but it struggles to become complex. On Earth, for billions of years, life remained simple, single-celled organisms dominated the planet. Then something unusual happened. Cells became more complex. They developed internal structures. They formed partnerships with other cells. This leap, known as eukaryogene. Cis may have been extremely rare. It might have happened only once. If that is true, then most life in the universe never evolves beyond simple forms. But even complex life is not the final step. Intelligence is another major leap. On Earth, millions of species evolved. Yet only one developed advanced intelligence capable of building technology. That is another filter. A planet can be full of life, yet never produce a civilization, and even if intelligence appears, survival is not guaranteed. Technology introduces new risks. A civilization gains power over its environment. It can shape a planet. It can harness energy on a massive scale. But this power comes with danger. Self-destruction becomes possible. Nuclear weapons, environmental collapse, uncontrolled technologies. These are not distant threats. They are real. Humanity has already reached a point where it can damage its own planet. This stage may be the most dangerous of all. A civilization becomes advanced enough to destroy itself before it becomes stable enough to survive long term. This creates a narrow window, a brief period where intelligence rises, reaches great power, and then disappears. If most civilizations fail at this stage, it would explain everything: the silence, the absence of signals, the lack of visible expansion. Civilizations do not last long enough to spread across the galaxy. They rise, they reach a critical point, and then they are gone. There is another unsettling detail. The filter does not need to be the same for every civilization. Different worlds may fail for different reasons. Some may never develop life, some may never develop intelligence, some may destroy themselves. But the outcome is the same. They do not make it far. They do not leave lasting marks on the universe. And if this pattern repeats across billions of planets, the result would look exactly like what is observed. Today, an empty sky, a silent universe, a place where life begins, struggles, and then disappears before it can be seen. And this leads to the most disturbing question of all. The most unsettling part of this idea is not the filter itself. It is where that filter might be. Is it behind humanity or still ahead? If the great filter is behind us, then everything changes. It would mean the hardest steps are already complete, life forming, complex cells evolving, intelligence emerging. Each of these steps may be incredibly rare, so rare that it almost never happens twice. That would make humanity something unusual, not just intelligent life, but a statistical anomaly. A single successful chain of events in a universe where most attempts fail early. This sounds comforting at first. It suggests survival is possible. It suggests progress can continue, but it also carries a strange weight. It means the universe is mostly empty, not because civilizations die, but because they never begin. Now consider the other possibility. The filter is still ahead. That is where the idea becomes disturbing. It means many civilizations may reach our level. They develop technology, they grow, they expand their knowledge, and then something goes wrong, not slowly, but suddenly, a collapse, a failure, an irreversible mistake. One possibility is self-destruction through technology. As intelligence increases, so does power. A civilization gains the ability to manipulate energy on a massive scale. On Earth, this stage has already begun. Nuclear weapons can destroy entire cities in seconds. Biotechnology can alter life itself. These tools are powerful but unstable. It only takes one mistake, one conflict, one failure of control. Another possibility is environmental collapse. A civilization consumes resources. It reshapes its planet. It alters the atmosphere, the oceans, the ecosystems. If this process goes too far, the planet becomes unstable, climate shifts, food systems break down, habitability declines. A slow collapse can become unavoidable. There's also the risk of artificial intelligence, machines that can learn, systems that can improve themselves. At first, they serve a purpose. They solve problems, they increase efficiency, but beyond a certain point, control becomes uncertain. A system that thinks faster than its creators may not remain aligned with them. This is not science fiction anymore. It is an active area of research and concern. Then there are unknown risks, experiments that push the limits of physics, energy systems that are not fully understood, technologies that interact with nature in unpredictable ways. History shows a pattern. New power is often developed before its full consequences are understood. And in a civilization with advanced tools, the consequences can be final. This leads to a chilling pattern. Civilizations rise. They reach a peak of knowledge and power. They stand at the edge of something greater. And then they disappear. Not one, not a few, but most of them, again and again across the universe. This would explain the silence, not as emptiness, but as the aftermath of countless failed civilizations, each one reaching a critical point and not making it beyond. There is another possibility that is even more unsettling. The silence may not come from extinction. The silence may not come from extinction. It may come from choice. Advanced civilizations might be out there alive, watching, but choosing not to speak. This idea is known as the dark force hypothesis. It describes the universe as a dangerous place, not empty, not peaceful, but filled with uncertainty and hidden risks. In this view, every civilization is alone. No one knows who else is out there. No one knows their intentions, and that creates a problem. Any unknown civilization could be friendly, or it could be hostile. There is no way to know in advance. Distance does not guarantee safety. Technology can change that. A civilization that is far more advanced could have capabilities that are difficult to detect or defend against. So the safest strategy becomes simple. Stay quiet. Do not broadcast your location. Do not send signals into space. Do not reveal your existence, because once your position is known, it cannot be hidden again. This idea becomes more serious when one detail is considered. Signals travel at the speed of light, but they do not fade immediately. A strong transmission can move through space for thousands of years, carrying information about its origin, its location, its technology level. It becomes a beacon. Humanity has already sent such signals. In 1974, a powerful message was transmitted from the Arecibo Observatory. It was directed toward a star cluster thousands of light years away. The message contained basic information about human life, our biology, our location. It was a scientific experiment, a symbol of curiosity. But in the context of this theory, it raises concern. It announced our presence, and there is no way to take it back. There is another lesser-known detail. Earth itself has been leaking signals for over a century. Radio broadcasts, television transmissions, radio signals, they spread outward in all directions, forming a growing sphere around the planet. Any civilization within that range could detect them. They would know that something intelligent exists here. They would know where to look. If the universe truly operates like a dark forest, then silence becomes survival. Every civilization hides. Every civilization listens. No one reveals themselves first. This creates a strange situation. The universe could be full of life. Yet every civilization is silent at the same time, waiting, watching, avoiding risk, communicated. Ion becomes dangerous, not because of distance, but because of uncertainty. In such a universe, even a peaceful civilization would act cautiously. It would choose isolation over exposure. And if this behavior is common, it would explain why no signals are received. Not because no one is sending them, but because no one dares to, which means the silence being observed is not empty. It is controlled. A quiet shaped by fear, a silence that hides something beneath it, and that possibility changes the meaning of the search itself. Humanity is now entering a phase that no species on Earth has experienced before, a phase where knowledge grows faster than wisdom. In just a few generations, technology has advanced at a speed that was once unthinkable. Machines can process information faster than any human mind. Algorithms can learn patterns and improve themselves. This is not a distant future. It is already happening. Artificial intelligence systems are becoming more capable each year. They can write, design, analyze, and predict, but there is a deeper shift taking place. For the first time, intelligence is no longer limited to biology. This changes the rules. At the same time, humanity holds immense destructive power. Nuclear weapons still exist, thousands of them, each one capable of destroying a city. During the Cold War, the world came dangerously close to nuclear conflict more than once. In 1983, a Soviet officer named Stanislav Petrov made a decision that may have prevented a global disaster. Early warning systems reported incoming missiles. The data suggested an attack. Protocol demanded retaliation. But he hesitated. He judged the signal to be a false alarm. He was right. A system error had triggered the warning. That moment is not widely known, but it reveals something critical. Advanced systems are not perfect, and human judgment can be the last line of defense. Now consider a future where decisions are faster, more automated, and more complex. The margin for error becomes smaller. Environmental pressure is another growing concern. Human activity is changing the planet. Temperatures are rising, ecosystems are shifting. These changes do not happen instantly, but they build over time. And once certain thresholds are crossed, they are difficult to reverse. A civilization does not need a sudden disaster to collapse. It can weaken slowly, piece by piece. Resources become scarce. Systems become unstable. Societies struggle to adapt. This is a different kind of risk, less dramatic but equally serious. There are also areas of science that push into unknown territory. Experiments that deal with high energy, research that explores the fundamental structure of reality, most of it is safe, carefully controlled, but history shows that discovery often comes before full understanding. Humanity is stepping into domains that were once completely inaccessible. And with each step, the potential for both progress and risk increases. All these factors point toward a single idea. There may be a stage in the development of every civilization where the stakes become extreme, where intelligence creates tools powerful enough to shape the future or end it. This could be the moment that many civilizations fail to pass. A narrow window where survival depends on choices, stability, and control. If this is true, then the silence of the universe becomes more personal. It is no longer just about distant stars. It becomes a reflection, a possibility that what is not being seen out there is connected to what may happen here. The silence of the universe may not be a mystery at all. It may be a message written across billions of stars, a message that is easy to miss but impossible to ignore once it is understood. Something is happening to intelligent life. Either it is incredibly rare, so rare that humanity stands almost alone in the entire cosmos, or it appears often and disappears just as quickly. Civilizations rise, they reach intelligence, they gain power, and then they are gone. No signals, no traces, no second chances. This changes the question completely. It is no longer just about where they are, it becomes about what happened to them. What stopped them from spreading across the stars? What prevented them from leaving a mark that could be seen? And more importantly, whether the same pattern applies to us. Because humanity is no longer at the beginning, it is moving forward at a rapid pace. New technologies, new discoveries, new risks. The same path that could lead to incredible progress could also lead to irreversible mistakes. That is the unsettling truth behind this silence. It is not just about aliens, it is about survival. If the universe is quiet because civilizations do not last, then every step forward matters more than ever. Every decision, every invention, every choice about how power is used, the future is not guaranteed, and the silence out there might be the only warning that exists. If this made you think differently about the universe, leave a like. And subscribe to the channel for more deep science stories that reveal what is really going on beyond the stars. Because the next discovery might not just change what is known about the universe, it might change what is understood about the future of humanity.